Susan Hogan is an Emmy Award winning consumer investigative reporter for NBC4 Washington. For more than 25 years, she helped viewers navigate scams, protect their money, and hold companies accountable. Leading the station's NBC4 response team, Susan has recovered millions of dollars for local consumers while shining a light on fraud and unfair practices. A graduate of Syracuse University, she previously worked in New England before joining NBC4 in 2016. She lives in Northern Virginia with her family and is also an avid runner, having completed the Boston Marathon twice. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Live the Glamour Chats. I am thrilled to be here with Susan Hogan. You are an investigative reporter on NBC4 in Washington, and we're going to get like the inside scoop on a lot of things.
Oh, I got a lot to tell you about.
I first want to a little bit touch on, like how you got started and, how your career has evolved from the beginning to now. So
Oh, how much time do we have?
I
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, I've been doing this for more than 30 years, so probably older than you are. I went to Syracuse University, which is one of the number one communication school in the country. I actually did not even step foot in the School of Newhouse, which is the communication school. Instead, I focused on the business end, which I'm really glad that I did. I focused on consumer reporting because I literally had to pull it out of my ass that day when, like, it's your end of your sophomore year and you have to pick a major. I'm like, consumer studies, it sounds great. We're all consumers. I'll take that. Well, it ended up being the best decision of my life because I ended up interning for a consumer reporter in Boston. And literally, Dawn, like 2 days being inside that newsroom, I'm like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I just did this consumer niche. I just found my thing. It was what worked for me. And I've been able to ride with this for more than 30 years. So I started in Boston behind the scenes, wanted to be on camera, make all sorts of money, become rich and famous, which, by the way, never happens in this industry. It really doesn't. I went to Bangor, Maine, was on camera there, did reporting and anchoring, and then ended up in Providence, Rhode Island for about 25 years, and then came here 9 years ago. This January, it will be 9 years that I've been their consumer reporter for NBC Washington.
Oh my gosh, what a journey. And you really like stayed the course of
I
it,
did.
which is so you must have I feel like you probably can see such a difference in a lot of the reporting from when you started to now. I mean, there wasn't even social media, there was none of this going on. I mean, was it, I guess, more mail, paper related scams and phone calls kind of stuff going on?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, we really focused a lot. It was more like personal, more like your local companies scamming the local, your neighbors. It
Yeah.
was more personal.
Hmm.
Over the years, that's kind of gone by the wayside. And now everything is this.
It's
This
scary.
is where our scams are coming through. And it's so tricky. And they're literally getting more sophisticated and better because of obviously AI has just
Right.
completely turned the tables on scammers.
That's what
Yeah.
it's funny because that was one of the things I was going to bring up is the AI because I feel like that. I mean, they can fake a voice. They can fake
Yeah.
someone's voice. So I always get nervous. My mom is now like in her 70s and I tell her all the time, I'm like, please, any text messages that come into your phone, anything, if you don't know that it's me or my sister, just please contact me, call me back before
Right. I
anything.
have a question for you.
Yes.
Does your family have a secret code word?
No.
I'll tell you why you should, and everyone who's watching. So, because of that very reason, because my mom is in her 80s
Okay.
and I have three kids,
Mm.
and my three kids are all in their 20s. And we have a code word because there are these voice cloning scams are so good and they catch you off guard.
Yeah.
The reason why we did this, and so I'll get back to that in a second,
Yeah.
was the story I did on a young woman. She was probably about your age. She's a physician in the Washington, D.C. area
Mm.
at a major hospital. She called me after she sent only $500, but she was so angry that she did this. She said she was, like at lunch break or whatever from her rounds and got a phone call from her father.
Mm.
He's like, listen, I am being held at gunpoint right now. Do me a favor. They want me to have you send $5,000. And she's like, what? Like, and she was just so panicked. And she has heard of grandparent scams.
Hmm.
And I'm not a grandparent, right? I'm in my 30s. Like, what
Right.
is that? She was literally thinking this is her dad. And the scammer gets on the phone. He's like, and he starts using the F bombs. I'm gonna effing shoot your dad. And all she could do was like, what do I need to do? Like,
Yeah.
he said, send $5,000 via Zelle. She's like, I don't have that kind of money. He's like, well, how much can you afford? And she's like, 500. He's like, fine. So
Oh.
in the meantime, oh, she was home because this is what happened. Her boyfriend is sitting next to her, and he's like listening to all of this. So while she's sending the $500, he took his phone and called her dad. He answers the phone and he's like, hey, Bob.
Everyone.
And he's like, are you fine? He's like, yes. He's like, you're not being held at gunpoint. And he's like, what are you talking about? So
Oh.
this is a girl in her 30s, smart, smart, smart.
Yeah.
And she felt horrible and horrified and mortified that she fell for this. That is when I was like,
Wow.
a code word. Because if that were to happen, right? If that were to happen to you and your mom, when you, even though you think, it sounds like them, but maybe it isn't,
Right.
you're so caught off guard and such in a panic. If you just take that moment and say, Mom, or whatever,
Whatever.
Don,
Yeah.
before I give you, send you this money,
Right.
what's our family's secret code?
Mm.
And if you're like, click, buzz, you're done, right?
That,
Simple.
yeah. That just gave me chills because I was like,
Yeah,
that is so simple, but it makes so much sense and can
right?
really solve so many issues that can come up from a
Totally.
text messages, phone, I mean, anything really
Yeah.
that comes up. I see it a lot too. It's funny because I just got like a letter the other day. My mom got it again, and she was like, "Oh, they sent me this mortgage letter, and they said that you need to pay this money because it went to her house." And I said, Mom, I don't, it actually was funny because I had to think about it for a minute. And I was like, oh my God, let me see the letter. And I'm thinking it's real. And then
Mhm.
noticing, I said, wait a minute, that's not even a bank that I know.
Oh,
I said, Mom,
right.
please. And because she's like, well, I'm going to call. Maybe I should call and see if it's, something urgent. And it's just these little things that are getting so sophisticated with how they approach it. And they know so much information that you can believe quickly that it may be real.
It's so true. And
Yeah.
and no matter what age you are, it can trick you up. I mean, it even tricks me up. Like
Yeah.
I'll get an email
Yeah.
from what it looks like
Right.
Amazon, right? And I'm like, wait, what? What? No. But then,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, I'll tell you a couple of things that your viewers can kind of do.
Yeah.
So
No, I
say
would
that
love
you
that.
get an email from your bank, or it looks like it is, or from Amazon or whatever. The very first thing that you should do is when you open up your email, you want to click on the URL. So the
Mm,
URL is, the address, the
yeah.
email address, right? So if it's literally from your bank, it will
Right.
be citibank.com or
Right.
chase.com. Does it really say that? Does it say chase.co, or does it say
Mm,
ASSE? There's always going to be this little misspelling, a little something that's a little quirky.
right.
You just literally have to hover your little mouse over that to see what you'll be able to see the
Yeah.
whole thing when you do that.
Right.
And that's a big, what you just simply have to do that to find out whether it's legit or
Well,
not.
that's such a good tip because you do wonder when you get these emails. I mean, I feel like friends of mine have said it to me. I know another one that I see a lot of, and I think it's related to influencers because now they're taking these brands, these big, well-known brands like a Revolve or, Lulu, these names that
Mhm.
girls know they want to work with these brands, and they're getting these emails saying, "Hey, we would love to collaborate with you. All you have to do is da 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 da." And it's hard because so many girls love this and they think, wow, Zara wants to work with me, or, this big company wants to work with me, and they're scamming them. So I think that's another thing that I'm from a fashion side seeing a lot of is scams like that, where they're not even necessarily like, people think like gunpoint or something like that, but it could be as simple as, a fashion brand doing
Exactly. And because you and I both are doing what we're doing, we're
right,
both influencers of different types of brands. Yours
right,
is fashion, mine is consumer knowledge and stuff like that. I still get these emails
Mm,
like, hey, you want to collab? And it's like, I'm like, who are you?
right.
But I could see if you are, and the word desperate isn't the
Oh,
right word,
right.
but if we all want to make money,
Right.
right?
Right. And excited for a brand, like, oh,
Someone
they
wants
like me.
me,
Yeah.
right? And we're like, well, damn, like
Right.
let's see. But what I always tell everybody is just take a beat.
Mm,
Just take a breath, go take a look at it, but then do your own research. Go online. Do they have a real website? Is it a real email address?
mm,
All of these things that you just don't get caught up in the fact that you might be able to make some money,
right.
because what might end up happening is that you're going to lose a lot if you
Right.
fall for this.
Yes, which it seems to be the case. I mean, they'll,
Yeah,
guarantee, oh, we're going to pay you $5,000 for,
right.
just to say our name or something like that.
Exactly.
What would you say? Do you feel like there's some scams that are currently more prevalent that you're seeing come up a lot more in the last few months, let's just say, or last year?
Yeah, so there's been a lot. So, I mean, what I get inundated with, and,
Mm,
I'll also tell your viewers how to get rid of spammy text and stuff like that. I'll just remind me so I
yeah,
don't not
yeah.
tell you. So the fake texting scams, the job scams, right? The
Mm.
refund scams. So I'm sure, and let me know if you did it. Did you get that one from Amazon that you bought a product and it's being recalled or it didn't meet their
Yeah.
standards and
Yes.
we want to give you a refund for that? Just click here,
Yes.
right? And then it'll take you to what looks like your Amazon login
Mhm.
page.
I
So
did.
you're like, okay, I'm going to log in. So you're going to put in your email and you're going to be putting in your password. But what you just did was you went into a fake phishing scam. You
Mm.
gave them your email and you just gave them your password. And
Everything
it goes
in 2 seconds. Yeah.
it goes
Oh,
nowhere. So here's the deal. If you get one of those and it says that you have a product that you got that was recalled,
right.
there were actually Amazon, I just did this as a post. They just recalled 500,000 products on Amazon's website. 500,000 products on Amazon were just recalled. So to find out if you bought a product that
Yeah.
was actually recalled from Amazon, don't follow any link. Don't
Right.
believe any email. All you have to do is go to your order list.
Mm.
There's a drop down in your order list, and it will say, I actually wrote this out for you.
Yeah.
It will say Amazon recalls and safety alerts. So you click that on, it will take you, it goes through your order history, and it will let you know if you bought anything that's right now either under a product recall or a
Mm.
safety alert. So that's all you need to do.
So
Don't
you're
believe
better
any.
better off going to your account, log into your actual
Yeah,
account and find. I'm guessing that's probably good with anything, like your bank or anything. Go directly to your account, regardless of any emails or letters or text messages that you're getting, and check it for yourself first, like without using those links.
perfect. Absolutely.
I
Great.
like that. I mean, it's funny because I can see how you can easily fall for that. I mean, and
Yeah.
because we get so many text messages that come in reminding us that we placed an order or that something is shipping, it's could get confusing with what is legitimate,
Yeah.
not.
And you said it right too. I'm so glad you brought up shipping because the shipping texts are also something that are so believable
Mm,
because scammers can really make things look like they're coming from UPS or FedEx, right?
yeah,
And we have so many, I mean, at any
so
given
many.
time, I have got at
Right,
least 3 or 4 things that I've ordered.
exactly.
I probably have
Exactly.
something that's coming my way. So it's not unusual to get like, an update from UPS,
Right.
but you just have to really be, you would have to just go right to the product where you ordered the product from, go to that tracking that's within that website to take a look. And
Mm,
the other thing too is with spoofing lately as well, that is just incredibly crazy. I mean, and these spoofing calls, do you know what spoofing is, right?
yeah, yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it basically is they can make it, scammers can make any phone call look like it's coming from someone you know or that you do.
Mhm. Right.
It's not true. Like, so when you do see like Chase Bank calling you or Amazon calling you, which by the way, they will never call you,
Exactly.
right? You're
Yeah.
going to pick it up because you're like, they take a chance that you
Mhm.
might be one of these customers.
Right.
So I let everything go right to voicemail.
That makes
I
sense.
never pick
Yeah.
up a phone.
Yeah. Because then you'll probably have you, and then you're, it's like you're saying when you said take a beat, that's a chance to do that. So let the phone call go. Wait a minute,
Right.
go to your account, check your account, double check it. You have enough, it's, the urgency. And I think that's a big thing too, is they create an urgency that it's like this, you have to do this immediately. You need to respond immediately. And most of the
Yep.
time, a real business is not going to lock you in like that. They're not going to say you need to do this within the next hour or something.
Exactly. Exactly. That deal, that's right now,
Right.
it's happening right this second,
Right.
will be there tomorrow. I can
Exactly.
promise you.
Exactly. What would you, I know there's a little bit, and I don't know a lot of this, but there's social media ads and like free trials
Mhm.
that are scamming.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that that's going
So
on.
I'm sure this, all right. So I'm in my 50s. So I will be scrolling on social media, and because I've looked at some anti-aging
Yeah.
something, my entire algorithm is all about like how to look 20 when you're
Yeah.
50. And so I mean, I have been like,
Hmm.
this is going to make my wrinkles and crepey skin go
Right.
away in 5 minutes. Okay. This is what I do. You can press that little shop now button. You
Hmm.
can get into a subscription and get it even cheaper. You can go through all of these little tasks
Right.
and get your product if you're lucky. But before I do that, because I've gotten that far, I'm like,
Mhm.
that looks really good. I'll go and I'll look at the pictures. But whenever you see anything that looks obviously too good to be true, that's promising that it's going to cure your whatever you have,
Mhm.
whatever ailment you have, or it's going to take away whatever issue on your face that you don't
Right.
like, and it's like, buy now, hurry, any urgency.
Mhm.
What I do now is like whomever the influencer who's trying to push this, I first of all will go into see what their follower account is. If they have like 30,000 followers,
Right.
but yet on their posts, they're only getting like 3 likes and
Mm.
it doesn't match up.
Mm.
Something's wrong, right? That's one thing. The other thing too is I don't believe them. I
Mhm.
will go and look and on my laptop, Google or whatever, the actual product. I will not, I could care less about the 5 and 4 star reviews.
Right.
I want to see what those ones and twos are. And that's all I will read. And
That's
if there are
good.
more of those than there are the fives,
Mm.
then I'm like, okay, you're just hawking a product because you're probably getting paid by some brand. And I'm
Mm.
done with it. And then I'll move on. And I don't get paid.
See that you just made me think of something because that's sort of a scam that you don't, it's not like as classic or not as, taking something and not giving you something is not to say you're not going to get it, but it's scamming you maybe price wise or actual product or, if it really works, all of those things. So it still falls into that scam category. You know, I, I,
Mhm.
I think about it with like handbags. I saw it with a lot of designer handbags. It was happening where, you know, I think influencers are even falling into it a little bit where a brand that maybe does a knockoff designer bag says, "Can you promote this?" They do it innocently, promoting it, and now they're sending people to this scamming website that's not selling real
Right.
bags or, doing something with the bags. So there's these underlying things that are happening too that you have to watch out for, not just the
Absolutely. Great point. Yeah. I mean, I still call them scams because
right.
while you may get the product,
Mm,
you only bought it based on what you were being sold, this
yes.
promise,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And I mean, at the end of the day, we know nothing is going to take away our wrinkles. We know nothing
Right.
is not to the extent that they may say that
Right,
it's going to,
right, exactly.
or cure us of this or whatever. And the other thing too is, really think about these products. This is stuff that you're putting on your skin, or
Mm,
it's vitamins or whatever you're ingesting, right?
yeah.
So these are things that you really need to kind of just take a pause and take a beat and just do your research.
Mm.
Take a few minutes. But I get it. Like my worst time and when I buy it's I've got my little glass of wine at night,
Yes, nighttime.
right? I'm just scrolling and I'm like,
Yes,
ooh,
yes, I say it all the time.
that's where
The
exactly.
worst time.
But I've gotten to the point where I need to practice what I preach and put stuff in my cart and walk
Right.
away
Yeah.
24 hours.
Now they can use AI too to show you like these before and afters. That's what I've been noticing happening, where the pictures aren't even real photos. I heard a hair company was using AI hair models to show hair growth. And I said, that's crazy. These poor girls
Yeah.
are hoping to get this, gorgeous long hair, and now it's a scam. I mean, it's not even a real person.
Yeah, I don't think people understand the incredible power of
Mm,
AI and what it can do.
yeah.
While I am a huge fan of AI in
Right.
certain things, like
Right.
I am like obsessed with ChatGPT,
It's great. I mean,
it's great. But it's also, with character AI and Gemini and all there's just so many platforms right now, but what they can manipulate. Like my three kids all showed me their new job
that too. Yes.
profiles.
Yes.
I'm like, first of all, you look awesome, but
Right.
but you look too awesome. So
Right. Right.
you just this is just why everybody, no matter what you're on, whatever platform you're on, no matter what you think that you're buying or what they're selling and what all of that, you have to understand that AI is playing probably a big role in what you're seeing, as you said too,
Mm,
Don, the befores and afters. This is where you have to be more alert than ever. And again, if it looks too good to be true, it is. I hate saying that because it's so
right.
cliche, but it's so true. But it is something that we just really need to understand that it's out there and it's going to trick us
Hmm.
and it's going to do exactly what it set out to do, which is to get us to buy something or
Right.
to believe in something. And we just have to take a beat and do our own research and figure out what the real deal is.
And check those reviews, because
Yeah,
that'll give you a very good idea. Someone that unfortunately maybe got scammed can prevent you from
right.
being scammed. What would you say? I mean, I know we talked a little bit about protection, but what are some other ways that we can protect ourselves just from a lot of these different scams, whether it's like the AI or customer service or things like that?
Right. So instead of just the obvious, which we've
Mhm.
talked about, the red flags and doing our research and looking at reviews,
Right.
I go a step beyond that because what I've always told my viewers, and I'll tell yours as well, is credit freezing. Do you freeze your credit?
No.
Okay. You're going to have me come back
I
and
know.
I will do a little
I'm
tutorial.
literally going to write it down because I want to know.
Okay. This is something that when we hang up,
Yeah.
I want you to do this. So many people, this is literally your first line of defense
Mhm.
from having a financial meltdown because freezing your credit. So the way you do this and what this means. So there are three credit bureaus. You've
Right.
got Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, right?
Mhm.
So you want to go and you want to buy a new car. You
Mm.
go to the car dealership, you see this pretty little Mercedes. You're like, yep, I want it. They're like, okay, we're going to need to run a credit check. Okay, so you give them your social security number. They run the credit check. They will pick between one of the three credit bureaus.
Mhm.
That's whoever they pull from, right? They usually just pull from one.
Right.
It's Experian. They're going to go to Experian. They're going to enter your information. It's going to pull up and see that Dawn has a great credit rating. She looks good, fabulous. And guess what? There you go. Yep, your credit is good. Your score is good. We're going to let you buy this car. That's in the perfect world. Okay. A scammer who has your information goes to that same dealership, has your social security number, has your just your
Right.
whatever, your
Information.
regular information,
Yeah.
and they go to Experian, they pull it. Yep, there's yep, Don, yep, you're good. You just got a nice,
Mhm.
beautiful new car. Or that's a big worst case scenario. That
Right.
what happens mostly is credit cards. They open up credit cards under your name, but still credit card companies go through that same process where they go to the Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion to pull your credit in order to give you a
Right.
credit card. But if a scammer has your information, they're going to be able to open up a credit card under your name, a loan under your name. But if your credit is frozen, they can't do that
Oh, wow.
ever, like
That's
ever.
great.
It is, and all it takes is for you to go on each credit report.
Right.
You have to go into
Each
Experian,
one.
Equifax, and TransUnion, all three of them, sign up for an account. You give them your social security number, all of your date of birth, all of that stuff. And then it will say, freeze my credit. You don't need to pay to lock they're going to try to push you to
Right.
lock your credit.
Right.
Don't do that. You don't need it. That costs money. You're still going to, freezing is just
Freeze
fine.
it. Hmm.
Freeze your credit report and all that done. And it's so easy to do. You do it for all three. In 10 minutes, you're done with each. And then if you want to open up a credit card, you
Right.
can thaw or unfreeze.
Oh, wow.
What you could do is you could ask the credit company or your bank if you're getting a loan, which credit report do you pull from? TransUnion. You only then have to go into TransUnion and unfreeze your TransUnion. And you can set it for 24 hours and it will
Oh,
reset all the way automatically for you. It is the easiest
yeah.
thing that you can do to protect yourself and your finances. I did it for my mother, my
Mm.
sister. Well, my sister did it on her own. She
Yeah.
was able. We did it for my mom, and everyone at work. Literally, there was like a line of people, and I did it for
Doing
everybody.
it. Yeah.
Like my little office hours, and
We have,
so easy.
we're going to have to do a little walkthrough. That's the next
Yes,
one because that is that I've never heard it before. And it sounds like the best, first line of protection for
it
yourself without
is
having to worry that,
right.
your information's floating around out there and someone can open a credit card or do something drastic like a big
Right. And whenever I get like your your email has
yeah.
been compromised, I'm like, okay,
So-
thanks. Thanks for
Right,
letting
right,
me know, but I'm good.
right. You know that you're
I'm good.
safe, you're protected.
Yeah.
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 Oh, wow.
Right.
That's mind blowing. That might be the greatest tip ever. I mean, for protecting yourself or
Yeah.
starting to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Is there a responsibility for big platforms, some of these bigger ones, like an Amazon or like these bigger shops, for them to help protect consumers in some type of way?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So so yes, because they've become a marketplace, right? So you
Mhm.
can go on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook and buy things. So if you're buying stuff and they're making money from you buying stuff from their platform, then they should also make sure that the people who are selling it to you
Yeah.
are legit.
Right.
But the problem is that these platforms, there are billions of people who are
Mm,
going on and selling stuff. And it's literally, it's a numbers game. It's hard to
right.
keep up, right? I think Meta said that they had like 1 billion people sign up to sell stuff and they just were, it was impossible to try to navigate who's legit and who's not.
Right. Right.
So because of that, I always just fall back that it's on us. At the
Mm,
end of the day, we just need to go in with our eyes wide open and I'm skeptical about everything, not just because of what I do, but because we have to be.
yeah.
We just have to go in and realize like just because this looks good or just because this price is good doesn't mean that it's good.
Right.
And so again with these companies, they can protect us to a point. Like I've done so many stories
Hmm.
scammed by a
What?
lot of like Chinese companies and Amazon and there's no recourse. Where do you like
No,
go
no,
call
none. I mean, they
China?
can't
Like they
even.
don't they're not going to pick up I'm like I don't that. So
No.
and at the end of the day, Amazon's like, we're trying to do our best, we're trying to keep up, but at the end of the day, it
Right.
really is going to be on
It's
us.
us. So you have to
Yeah.
know, protect yourself. Don't
Yeah.
expect a big company to say, come in and be protecting you or watching you out for
Yeah.
you as much as they.
They can't keep up. So we need to
All right. It
step up.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, defend yourself.
Right.
Would you say there's any trends that you're seeing that maybe we haven't heard about yet that are coming up or creeping in the next, to look out for?
So again, I think all of the trends that we're going to see will be
Hmm.
AI based.
Okay.
I really do. And how that looks, it's funny because as I've said, I've
Hmm.
done this for 30 plus years. So things have evolved so much. So I can see myself in 10 years saying, oh my God, just when we thought AI, there's going to be
Right. Right.
something new. But I think things are always evolving. I mean, that's the voice cloning. I'm actually doing a story where I had a company clone me
Wow.
to have me fake to sell something, and
Yes.
it's crazy. I'm like, it's
You
weird to
could
look
almost
at,
believe yourself. Like,
right? I'm like, oh my
wow.
God, what? And they only had like 30 seconds of my likeness from
That's
Instagram.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all it takes.
Right.
So I just think that it's evolving to the point where things are going to sound more like our parents, our
Hmm.
daughters, or sons, or what have you. Things are going to look a lot like who we think they are. I mean, like the celebrities, there's so many celebrities that you see on Instagram and TikTok selling stuff, but they're not.
Yes.
Like, it's not me.
Them.
Right? Like, I
Yeah.
listened to Diary of a CEO, Steve
Yeah.
Bartlett,
Mhm.
who, if you haven't listened to that podcast, it's so inspiring. It's great. He was like on Instagram selling some product, and I for a second I'm like, what the hell is he selling this for? That's
Yeah.
so like so not his character.
Right.
Of
And you
course, I know
knew it. Yeah. It
he's
was like that
that's
was a
not me, but
big
I'm gonna
red.
learn out.
Yeah.
So I think we just need to understand that with AI,
Mm.
that everything that we see, we just need to kind of take that step back, take that beat, and be and just realize that this could be completely fake, and it's really up to us to figure that out.
It's on us. I
Yeah.
think, I mean, my takeaway from this conversation is definitely that. I mean, taking a beat. But I think two really big things that you said. I mean, the freezing your credit, just un
What you're gonna do.
unbelievable. Yes, I feel like that more than, I mean, that just stuck in my head immediately. I want to call everyone and say, I'm gonna, as soon as this goes live, I'm clipping it and saying, like, this is something everyone needs to do to protect yourself. And then check, like you said, check where it's coming from. Who is it coming from? And the code word. That, I mean, if there's any, these are tips that I haven't heard before, and I think a lot of my viewers haven't heard before. So we're walking away, with hopefully less scamming happening, less
Good.
issues. And I would tell my audience, like if they use this, if they do the code word, like go comment to you and say like I used
Yes.
it, my family started. I think it'll be fun to see, who does that and who tags on and can
You
say that.
you want to hear a funny story?
I do, yeah.
So, so when I did that post on Instagram about the family code word, so
Yeah.
I had my daughter call in like as if she were
Right.
in trouble, right? And just to show people how to use a code word,
Mhm.
right? So then at the end of the my little reel, I'm like, and let me know if you have a code word, and if you do, like I'd love to hear,
What it
if
is.
you have
Yeah.
one, not, and I'm like, let
Right.
me know in the comments. People are like, you're such an idiot. Why were you asking us for our code words? I'm like, I wasn't asking for your code
No,
word.
right.
Asking if you use a
Right.
code word, I'd like
Tell-
to know if you do, not
Yeah.
what it is.
Don't share it.
They're like, you're a scammer. I'm like, no, I'm not a scammer.
Oh no. It turned into a whole scam without
It
it
did.
being.
People were so pissed. I'm like, no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
that's
no,
too
no. I'm
funny.
not. I
Oh no.
don't need to know your code word. But would you believe some people actually gave
I
me
was just
permission?
gonna say, I'm sure you got the code word.
No, I'm like, no,
Now you have
please.
to
I'm
change.
like, delete, delete.
That is great. Well, so I'm not telling anyone to leave their code words.
Yep, no.
Just saying, let us know if you do use
Yes.
one or if you implement it. If it's something that you do, if you take away from this with that, I think that would be amazing to hear. Where can everyone find you, social media, watch you on TV? I'm sure out there
Yep.
too.
So across social media on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, I'm at Susan Hogan TV. And I am here in Washington, D.C., and I work for NBC Washington, which is our NBC local TV station here, the NBC4, which is online and it's all of that. And yeah, that's it. And I'm in all the places.
Yeah, I feel like this has been an eye-opening conversation, of course, because a lot of the things I didn't know, or the scams that are happening, but you don't know how to handle them. So I truly appreciate the conversation, and hopefully you can come back soon and share more. Maybe walk us through how to do the credit freezing and anything else that comes up in the next few months. Thank you,
Absolutely,
thank you,
Dawn.
Susan, so much for this conversation. It was wonderful.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.